Welcome back. One of the great leaders of Minnesota, Derek Lind, is joining me. Derek, welcome to the program. You had one of the original founders of ACIT, the Anoka County Election Integrity team, and you guys had a great focus on kind of the local elections, talking with city officials, talking with county officials, and recently you guys have made a significant victory in Minnesota, where a lot of people really don't talk about the poll pads. And you guys have really taken that one on. You know me, I'm more of the voting equipment piece of it, but there was an issue in Minnesota back in the 2020 election that raised some of the alarms, but also you guys took this project, and now you've had real success. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me on the show, Rick. We really appreciate it. ACIT's a team of about 20 people. We started at your presentation 3 years ago, and we focus just on election integrity. We meet every single week, and there's about 10 things we need to do to reform our elections. And one of the things we've been focusing on is the electronic poll pads. We think that they're very important. It's a thing that's often overlooked, and we think it would make or have a big impact on future elections if we could go back to paper. So we've been going to a lot of cities in our own county here in Anoka, trying to get them to go back to paper poll pads. And just recently, we had some success in Isanti County, where they voted on May 6th 4-0 to get rid of their electronic poll pads.
That's awesome. And we have a video from a great reporter in Minnesota. She has a story of her own, Liz Collins. And if we can play that video, that would be coming up next.
A rare move in the fight for election integrity. How one Minnesota county rejected electronic poll books. Next.
So that's absolutely incredible. You got great coverage from Liz Collins, and especially Alpha Media as well. And she points out and reiterates two of the four pillars that we talk about in the election gold standards: accessibility, accountability, transparency. I mean, she nails them, three of them right out of there. And it's good work on you guys. And you are so blessed to have such a great county commission team up there to work with. It sounds like they really listened to your team, really did the due diligence, and it sounds like you guys did a lot of the legwork with the community as well.
Yeah, those guys up there are heroes. Alan did a great job, and we got a lot of respect for them. We spent a lot of time working in our own county. Unfortunately, we didn't have complete success there. We got a couple of commissioners that won't budge, but we got some commissioners that are supporting us. One of the biggest takeaways from Isanti County is they let the people decide. What we're learning is that oftentimes the staff is driving these decisions. The staff will show up and say, we got to have these things, and then the elected officials will just rubber stamp it and give them whatever they want. That didn't happen in Isanti County. In fact, yeah, Alan told me specifically, he goes, the staff doesn't make the decisions up here, we do. And the best part is, when it came time to make that decision, he turned to the people and he said, what do you want us to do? And the people said, we don't want these things. We don't trust them. And that's why they voted 4-0. All four commissioners said that in their speech that day on May 6th. They said, we asked the constituents and this is what they wanted. So this is something that we think can spread to other counties. We just got to get the word out about these poll pads. We think, I don't want to say misinformed, but sometimes they're kind of misled a little bit by staff, and they need to get the citizen perspective. Most people don't even understand what an electronic poll pad is. But I think if they heard both sides, we'd get a lot more counties to come down the same way Isanti County did.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And Minnesota is one of these states where that data from the poll pads doesn't have a different timeline compared to if it was manually written. Your state allows for 45 days of the entry of the voter history, whether they use the poll pads or not. And this is one of the things that we saw across Minnesota, is that even some of those counties with the poll pads were waiting right up into 45 days or even asking for an extension. And that just does not help with transparency. And when the voters are basically told that this will help us get the voter histories up there sooner and we don't actually see it come in sooner, that's really hurting the ability of citizen groups and candidates to be able to audit their elections to ensure that all of those ballots are valid and those people actually cast ballots.
Yeah, I want to say one other thing, if I could, Rick, too. I think there needs to be more citizen involvement in this type of stuff. I think oftentimes we elect people and think they're going to take care of everything. Oftentimes, these elected officials don't know the specifics of these subjects. I was surprised how little our people knew in Anoka County about the election system. And that's why they defer to staff. So we need more citizen involvement to help get them educated on exactly what this stuff is and what they're doing. And it's had a big benefit. Like I said, our team has met for 3 years now. We got a great team. We meet every single week, and we were all strangers when we started. None of us knew each other. We just came together for a common cause, and we're not going to quit until this thing is done, until we can trust our elections again. So the poll pads is a start, but we're going to keep going all the way until everything is fixed.
That's exactly the right message, Derek, and thank you for expressing that, because it really is, even as an elected official, once formerly in Minnesota, but now in South Dakota, I really appreciate the public that's willing to come in and actually share their expertise and their knowledge base, because I don't know everything as an elected official. And yes, we do rely on our staff to do that research, but sometimes they don't even know where to look. And so the very fact that you guys are willing to step up and that you have elected officials that are willing to listen, you guys are truly blessed. And there are more elected officials out there, including election officials, who don't know what's out there. And so we always have to make sure that we have that Christian approach to approach them and have the conversation. And that is so important as part of the SWOT analysis. What kind of election officials are you working with? You may find that many of them are actually willing to work with you, especially at the local level. Now, at the legislative level, you and I are both jaded, both in Minnesota and South Dakota, that there are some legislators that are just really difficult to work with, but others, they're willing to work with you, but they have such a short timeline that they really need to be spoon-fed the evidence and the legislation.
Right. This is not going to get fixed if the public doesn't get involved. They have to get involved. By the way, ACE it, all Christians. Isn't that interesting? Every one of us. The other thing, when you talk about the politicians, one thing we're looking for, and we found this in Isanti, and we found this in other spots too. We have some commissioners in the city of Oak Grove. We're looking for courage. There's a couple of politicians out there that have that courage, that want to step up, fix this, and do the right thing.
That's exactly right. And that is the right approach. This is supposed to be, in South Dakota, we have this state motto, under God, the people rule. And so I always want to kind of translate that out into other states as well. Is, do we truly believe this? We have this great constitutional republic, and we have the ability to petition our government and to be able to faithfully understand how our government works. And so that accountability and transparency piece that we're looking for in our elections also has to be maintained within our governance as well. And it's our responsibility as citizens to be engaged. And so I want to thank you personally for stepping up and understanding kind of the mustard seed that I planted. And you guys have definitely done the work. And this is a great encouragement that even as we go through the Lindell trial, no matter what happens with Lindell, the real effort has to be each one of us standing up, stepping up, and helping to make our elections accountable and transparent. And you guys, solid work. Keep up the good work. Keep me posted as to other developments that you have in Minnesota. But for what you're looking at for 2025, what's kind of the vision cast you're looking at for the rest of the year?
We're going to try to spread this poll pad thing to other counties. Right now, we're still working on our county, which did make the decision to purchase poll pads, but we're working through the cities, trying to get some city autonomy there. There's a lot going on. But like I said, there's 10 things that are wrong with our election. We're going to be working on all 10 of those until they're fixed, because we have to have elections that we can trust. Most of us have kids and grandkids, and this is just not acceptable to us. It's not acceptable. So Thank you for the opportunity of letting me come on here and speak to you about this. We appreciate it. We have a great team. That's one of the things I want to say. When you decide to get involved, form a team, because it's really tough to do things as an individual. We have a great team. We come together, we share ideas, and we solve problems, and that's been our success at ACID. So.
Perfect. Congratulations. Thank you. Keep me posted, and can't wait to talk to you in the future about some of the other successes that I'm sure you guys are going to be able to obtain. And you guys are just absolutely amazing. Congratulations to your team. Keep up the good work, and look forward to talking to you in the future. Thank you so much, Derek.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it.